is. It's... Ooh. And welcome to the Philip Cockrum channel, viewers. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. It helps this channel grow, and it helps me bring you these great videos that we all love. So on today's show, we're going to be doing the unboxing, assembly, radio setup, and pre-flight test of the new release from E-Flite of the F4U-4 Corsair 1.2 meter RC airplane. So let me pull it out of the box and we'll start cutting it open so you guys can see how it's all packaged. Okay, so this is how it comes packaged. There's nothing on the underside of this carton at all. Everything's up on the top, and you can see we got a few things taped in that we'll start cutting out. So we've got our instruction manual, and I guess sort of a unique feature of this plane is they've kind of left it bare, so you could put your own decals and livery set up on it. So it comes with a couple of decal sheets here. It is a Korea War era plane. I'll show you how we can designate that in a second. Here's our propeller. It's got a very cool 4-blade propeller. Nice painted tips on it. Looks like we've got our tanks over here. Drop tanks, fuel tanks. So they have a little plastic thing that slides onto the body like a one-way kind of thing on them. The rear elevator section first, as you can see it there. So this is more than a foot wide. This is at least 30 centimeters or so. It's got a really nice finish. They've got really beautiful details, you know, ribbing there and stuff. So this attaches through there, through one screw in the back. Alright, and here's our wing. So it's all in one piece, which is nice. It's all pre-assembled, as you can see. It's even got a little gun or antenna thing on it. So you're getting the first look, same as me. There's one thing that I don't like about this plane. And I kind of really don't like about it, but we have to live with it, and that's that they use this clear tape here as hinge reinforcement for the segmented flaps. But I guess it was a bit of a compromise, right? As you can see up here, they're using colored tape to cover the servo wires and stuff like that, so why they didn't use that or something to help down there, I don't know. But other than that, it's perfect. So there's the bottom. You can see our landing gear is already installed, our servos for our flaps. So this is the ailerons here and the flaps here, and it's got proper 3 segmented flaps. It's already got one stars and bars decal on it. And there's the top side. See, again, it's got beautiful detail with the panel lines and rivets and things like that on it. There's our little wiring bundle of connectors for the servos. And she's nice and clean and ready to put some decals on it. So we've got a couple of braces in here holding the fuselage. Nice. It's a beautiful box, honestly. And because it all comes apart like this, I would definitely say save the box, and you can easily store this plane in winter or when not in use, or if you don't have a very big place like me. Here we go. The piece de resistance. Look at that beautiful fuselage. I've got a simulated engine in the front. This is hard plastic here. Some nice little flaring details. Again, all the panel lines and beautiful rivets and stuff. Nice little cockpit figure. I think we'll call him Pappy. So, you know, they've already even installed the antenna and stuff on here. Made a little spot in the box that the antenna goes in. It's nice. It's already got the, you know, our rudder installed on there, so you can see where the tail's just going to go in, and we put that one screw in and connect our servo and the 4 screws that hold the wing on and the prop. That's it. There's like, you know, 6 parts to this plane. That's it. So here's a little closer look at the back section and the tail. I'm so excited to fly this. Let's start the assembly. Alright, so we're getting ready for the assembly here. I've got my Ernst. This is the Mega Stand, and as you can see, you can reverse these legs or supports and turn them for a smaller plane, but this is a 1.2 meter plane and it fits them just perfect. So I would get the bigger one if you're not too sure which size to get. It's the same price as the other ones, right? And it's very handy. So I didn't show you inside the compartment there. I'll show you that there now. You can see it's very spacious and very clean and organized in there right now. We've already got the servos installed for the rudder and the ailerons, and there's a piece of balsa wood glued in for our battery tray with some straps in it, and our receiver, and it's looking pretty clean now because it doesn't have all the wires going in for the wings and the flaps and all that. But and then I took a quick look at the manual. This is going to be, again, this plane has just a couple parts to it, right? And it's super, this is basically the insulation that's it right here. You slide in the tail section, put 1 screw through, and 4 screws hold the main wing on, and then the propeller. That's about it, and it gives you the other information of how to hook up the servos and your rates, and center of gravity was what, 73 millimeters. That's about it. It's super simple. So again, that's one of the things I love about E-Flite is how they're constructing things and stuff. So this just slides in here like that. It's got a little kind of notch to it, and there's a little notch here in the tail. It helps if you gently and carefully tilt your rudder to one side to help just get it underneath there easily. And one of your 5 screws, I think these are 2 millimeter drivers. So that fits just fine. Let's flip it over and get our wing up here. Okay, so everything's already like Y-cabled and stuff together. It's just, a little bit of a spaghetti looking right now. And I mean, if you're not disassembling and assembling this plane, not going to be too much of a worry, right? But and there's a few things that you can do to help tidy this up. So as I said, I've been using like an O-ring. You could use like a rubber band, or a zip tie in strategic locations to help keep those all aligned. And again, this is something that's nice and easy to do here on the stand. Not so much out in the field when unless you have a stand or something out there. And that just sunk down in there just perfect and flush and stuff like that. So I'm just going to flip it over and double check, make sure that my wires, what's that little antenna, are through okay before we proceed. Yeah, that looks good. Look down, watch the antenna again. I kind of wish they'd made that little antenna a removable piece, but I don't think it's going to last too long on there. Alright, we get some more screws out here. It's the same screws. They don't give you any extras though, so be careful, but it's nice that they're all the same. And they just drop in perfectly like they're supposed to. I can't wait to open up these retracts, show you guys those, because they turn when they come down, right? That's it. Wing is done. Quite a bit heavier now. All the weight of this plane is basically in the wing. With those retracts on it there, you can definitely feel those guys. So I'm going to get this connected up, and that's going to take a second for me sticking my head inside here where you guys can't see anyway. So I'll do that off camera and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're all done, and my hat's off to E-Flite because the assembly went together perfectly. Very, very simple and easy. So all those wires that are going for your wing, it looks like quite a spaghetti, but they're all Y-cabled together, so there's only 3 plugs that you're putting into your receiver. One for your ailerons, one for your flaps, and one for your gear. That's about it. The prop just gets sandwiched between those 2 plastic pieces, and you screw the nut onto it. So the 4 screws on the wing and the 1 in the back, and that's it. So you're literally like 5 minutes out of the box and this plane is ready to fly. So it only took a couple of minutes to download the model on the radio and get it bound up. I assigned a switch for the safe select already, and the throttle cut was automatically programmed. Yeah, it's off right now, so there's the throttle on. It's just got a 3-cell battery in it right now that I'm just using for the testing. And there's my ailerons, there's my flaps. I've got 2 positions, so there's a takeoff position and then a full landing position, and everything else works good. Rudder, elevator, let's put that throttle cut back on for safety. And yeah, we have full safe select mode going. You can see when the plane tries to go sideways, the ailerons are trying to correct themselves, and when I turn that off, they don't try to correct themselves. So that's safe select on, safe select off. And then our gear. So am I okay holding it there? I think so. You guys get a good look at this because this is super cool. Ready? That's just awesome. I love how they turn at the last second when they come down, and hopefully you can see, but there's little like tread detail on the wheels themselves. So take a look at these flaps from that angle there. You can see there, that's takeoff flaps. That's full landing flaps like that. You can see both sides. So these are on a delay. Okay, so that's why they move slowly, right? Because they're programmed in to have like a delay from when they're activated till they reach their full throw. So that's about it. Again, folks, I'm just in love with this thing already. It's so fantastic. It's already, I think it's going to become my favorite plane very, very quickly. I just love the look of it and the profile of the things. Let's just pop on those drop tanks for one last thing just before we go. Okay, I gotta kind of hold the tail up here because it's so big to go, and it's just not even, like, it'll barely sit on this box. So it just barely sits on there. It's just enough room. Yeah, wide enough there. So there's that beautiful iconic profile that we love about the Corsair. So Maiden Flight will be any time. Hopefully I get to do it within a day or 2, and we'll film it and share it with you guys. So that's our show for you today, folks. Love and peace from Canada, and we are YouTube.